Hey folks, Andy Aquarium here. Just wanted to do a quick video on this Mbuna tank. Well, to begin, we have some electric yellow labs, 3 to be exact. Labidochromis is the scientific name, electric yellow Labidochromis, and those are those 3 little guys there. And just off to the side here, I have the bigger guy. He's zebra Mbuna. That's not the scientific name, but he is a tilapia. So I just wanted to do a basic video here on these Mbunas. Well, they're actually one of the better cichlids to start off with if you're going to start keeping African cichlids. Especially when it comes to a few things. Number one being tank space. The Mbunas don't grow as large as the haps or the peacocks. So, I mean, if you don't have the space and you can't afford a big tank, that's a bonus. Very beautiful fishes, extravagant colors. As you can see, these little guys are going to grow up to be almost the same size as the zebra there in the back. Quite the characters. Their name Mbuna actually means rock dwellers, and you can actually see why, because these guys are in and out of the rock decor that I have in this tank. If you're going to get into any African cichlids, just a few tips. You want to be heavy on the filtration. I've got actually a 40 gallon hang-on back filter there. I've also got a air system that I just took off to kind of do some maintenance on the tank, and the air filter as well. The best bet normally is to, you can get 2 hang-on back filters, or you want to go with a canister filter, which gives you, both mechanical and biological filtration. What I did was, on my intake, I placed a few pieces of sponge, and that kind of works as a mechanical filter for me. And in the actual filter where there's the cartridge bags, I also put some filter media in there to kind of help with that biological filtration process. So Mbunas, they African cichlids, as a matter of fact, in general, they normally like the harder water, and in my region, I have pretty hard water, and it's almost at an 8, and these guys can tolerate anywhere from an 8 to 8.5. I will say that Mbunas are quite hardy for the most parts, especially these ones that I have here, the yellow Labidochromis and the zebra right there. He's quite the character. He loves to dig, and that's what they do. They dig little pits in the sand, and as you can see there, he pretty much moved away all the sand from my plant. But I just let him go crazy, because at the end of the day, it's their tank. And also, you want to have a lot of structure. Whether it's a slate structure that you make with rocks that you can get from the pet store, or you can actually pick up at the local river and boil. It's almost easier to buy it. It is a bit expensive, or you can do like what I did here. This is actually a fake rock structure that I have in the tank with fake plants on it, and it looks great, and they love it. They have a lot of places to kind of dash in and out of. So they are a rock fish, and they live amongst the rocks in the Lake Malawi. So yeah, that's something you want to do. Now, when it comes to temperature, these guys, you want to keep them at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and 80 to 85 actually. They actually like it a bit warmer, and I mean, that's because of where they come from, right? They come from Africa, and it's tropical, and the lakes are much warmer. So yeah, you want to kind of match their natural habitat. Mind you, I would say this, that a lot of the African cichlids that you get in the trades now, or in the hobby, I should say, they're actually tank raised. They're not coming from the lake, so that's something to keep in mind, which is kind of good and bad. But I mean, it's great that we're not taking away from the natural habitat, and we're letting those guys be. And the downside to it is sometimes you get you don't get the natural species. They interbreed with other cichlids. But if you get it from a reputable dealer, you normally get natural, or I shouldn't say natural, but you get the original species that's been bred, and they're normally healthier versus the hybrids. But again, just wanted to share this small tank here with you. I would say this: they're very lively fish. Lots of character. This big guy here, he's always busy doing something in the tank. When I bought him from the pet store, just a small story, the guy was just ready to get rid of him, and I got him for a stellar deal because he was beating up all the other cichlids that he put him with. And I think a big part of that was because the tank that they have there at the pet store, it's much smaller, and they're probably not mixing them with the right species. Like if you keep Mbunas with Mbunas, for the most part, it's not as bad. And what you want to do is, if you have a larger aggressive Mbuna like this guy here, the zebra, it's normally recommended that you put smaller Mbunas with him, because then he doesn't see them as a threat, and they can get away from him pretty easily and hide. So I've had these guys together and it's been successful. So yeah, just a little tip. If you have an aggressive, larger cichlid, try to do mix smaller species with him or her, and it should be successful for the most parts. But cichlids are cichlids, especially when it comes to Mbunas, the aggression is through the roof. I've heard people call them psychopaths, and luckily, fingers crossed, I haven't had a bad experience with them so far. I'm no expert in African cichlids, but yeah, just thought I'd share this. If you're just getting into it, these are great species to start with, and hopefully, you find as much joy in it as I do. And if you're gonna get live plants, good luck. They do dig a lot, like I said earlier, and they probably will dig up your plants. The best plant to probably get is some Nubius, and you can attach that to a piece of rock or wood. But I just found it a lot easier to go with the fake plants, and it's been successful. So yeah, thanks for watching, and fish on.